Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Research Writing. This is Sunday, the last day before you turn in your paper tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. or by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I know you're kind of wrapping everything up, and I wanted to give you just a couple of things to consider. Um, Things that you could lose points on easily, and so as you're doing your final edits, you might want to just double check that you've done all these things. So the first one I mentioned in the hard copy of the announcement from last week, and that is to make sure that you lowercase scriptural but uppercase scripture. That's a style thing. So lowercase scriptural and uppercase scripture. Like this scripture says blah, 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 that would be capitalized. But if something is scriptural, it's lowercased. And then the other thing that you're going to want to look out for is lowercasing the word biblical, but not Bible. Bible will be capitalized, so lowercase biblical. And you can just, with your paper, you can just do a search and find to find every instance that those words are used and easily make those corrections. You will also want to make sure that you have hanging indents in your works cited, and that your whole paper has the 1-inch margin around it. Those are easy ways to lose points, so you definitely don't want to lose points for something like that. The body itself is 6 to 8 pages, and I want to make sure everybody knows that means the content. That doesn't mean your title page, your beginning material, your outline. That's talking about the body paragraph, 6 to 8 pages, and you do not want to go over 8. So if you are pushing that, just make sure that you don't go over 8 pages. As far as citing the Bible in ML8, I'm just going to restate this. I've tried to say it to make, when I make comments on your papers, for incorrectly citing the Bible, to check the Moody handout for citing the Bible according to MLA 8. It's in Blackboard, and I think I've attached it to many of your assignments. Check that to make sure you're doing in-text citations correctly, but also your works cited. But from what I've seen, even in the drafts, everybody's pretty much gotten that down. And then the last thing is first person. I'm still seeing a little of that. So, just like I said, you could do search and find for biblical and scriptural, you might want to do the same thing for first person. And so what that means is you just do a search for the word we. And sometimes it might be within a word, so you want to be careful not to change that, but it'll highlight every time we shows up, or us, or our. And then I is a little trickier because there's going to be a ton of I's. So you're going to have to just, check that by reading through your manuscript to make sure that you haven't used first person singular I, like I believe or I think. And then lastly, contractions. In formal papers, you want to avoid contractions. So rather than saying like this can't be a reason for XYZ, you would say this cannot be a reason for XYZ, or will not, or should not. So no, won't, shouldn't, that sort of thing, where you take the word and you contract it to make a shorter word with the apostrophe. So those are the big ones. When I go through the rubric to do your grading, those are things that are just easy points. So you want to make sure that you don't lose points in those areas, because it's just a matter of did you or didn't you. So if you didn't, maybe I see scripture lowercased once, but the rest of the time it's capitalized, then you might just lose a point. But if it's lowercase every time, then you'll lose a few points, and those start to add up. So check those things. Most of these things that I just said are on last week's this week's announcement, the hard copy that posted earlier in the week. And you can always email me if you have any questions too. I'll be checking email a lot today and tomorrow, just to make sure that any of your last minute questions get answered. So Anyway, praying for you guys, and you're almost there, so hang on. And it's just been a joy to have you in class. This has been a great class. The engagement's been wonderful, and I've enjoyed getting to know each one of you as much as we possibly can through an online class. So thanks so much, and take care, and happy Sunday. Bye.